Hi, my name is Michelle, and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about everything Christianity and a little bit of love and marriage. And today we're going to be talking about finding a husband. In my previous video, I talked about whether or not Jesus can tell you who your spouse is. I'm going to put a link of that below so you can take a look at that if you're interested. That video was more for the women, and we discussed preparing yourself to be a wife and becoming wife material. And in this video, we're going to talk about finding husband material. So is he marriage material? We often talk about, how it's hard to find a man and it's hard to find a good man. But the Bible actually says that the man is the one who is to find a wife. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." This is going to sound super obvious, but one of the ways to know if he is marriage material is he actually looking for a spouse? Ladies, please do not seek after a man who is explicitly or implicitly not ready for a wife. So let's go through some characteristics and things to look out for that'll tell you if a man is actually ready to find a wife. The first one I want to talk about is he a leader? Is he a good leader? Leadership is so important because men are the leaders of the household. And when you find a good man and you say to yourself, I can see myself marrying him, you're going to have to get under the mission of this man, submission. And I talk about submission in other videos. You can check that out as well. I'll put links to that below. But yeah, the Lord expects us as wives to submit and follow the lead of our husbands. In order to follow somebody, they have to be worth following. You have to look at them and say, okay, this is a smart person. This is a person that I can trust to make good decisions for myself and for our family. You look at this person, are they a leader? Do they make good decisions? The next point is he financially ready? This also goes into leadership because as the leader of the household, the man will take a leadership role when it comes to, finances, financial decision making. And he's going to have to provide, he's going to have to take care of you and the family, especially if you as a woman decide that you want to stay home and take care of the children. He has to be at a place where he can take on a wife and take care of the family, the needs of the family. 1 Timothy 5:8 warns, "But if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever." Other versions say worse than an infidel. The Lord expects men to not be lazy, to take care of their families, and they should have some type of plan for where they want to go in life. Before marrying someone, it's important to know what kind of lifestyle that you want. Do you see yourself having a jet-setting lifestyle where you both are millionaires and you have a boat and a big house and all of that good stuff? If you expect that, if you want that type of lifestyle, just expect your man to, yes, make a lot of money, but also to work extremely hard. When you have men who are, the captains of industry or have jobs that are super demanding and that make them a lot of money, like CEOs, lawyers, doctors, expect them to work long hours, 60 plus hours a week. And that could be hard for you because if you're the type of person that your love language is quality time, you're going to have to adjust to that. You're going to have to learn, there are times where he's not going to be here a lot. Or if you see yourself having a more simple lifestyle where he is content being a manager at a Starbucks or anywhere else, that's okay. Like if that's the type of lifestyle that you want and you just want a normal house, just, a house and a car and a white picket fence, that's okay too. But it's important that you discuss and that you make up in your mind the type of lifestyle that you want to have when you get married. The next point that I want to make is, does he hold himself accountable? This is so big because none of us are perfect, and we as Christians, we should be holding each other accountable. Ephesians 5:26-27 says that he might sanctify and cleanse her with the washing of water by the word, that he might present her to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that she should be holy and without blemish. So this one's hard because no one likes to be called out. Husbands are explicitly told to wash their wives with the word. So this kind of goes back to the leadership thing, but husbands are to be the high priests of their household, committed to the word and to God. And we're going to talk about, their relationship with God later in the video, but they should know the word enough to be able to teach that to you and to wash you with it when you need to be washed with it and to correct you with it when you need to be corrected. And not only that, but to be able to give correction, you should be able to take correction yourself. So, is he the type of man who can take correction with grace and with self introspection to be able to say, yeah, I did mess up here and I'm going to be better? Or is he the type to just shut you down, shut out all types of correction, and just see himself as I'm perfect and I'm the man of the house? That's not a good sign. Ask his family members, ask his friends. Is he the type to bulk at correction? Is he the type to be humble? Place yourselves in situations where he's going to need to be corrected. Go and do something competitive. Would he give his life for you? Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. This kind of stacks on to that correction idea. Not only do we love others enough to correct them, but we love others enough to die for them. So husbands are not just to love their wives, but they're called to die for them. And of course, this could mean literally die for them, but also figuratively. Does he die to himself daily? Does he work hard each day, literally giving his life for you and for your family in order to provide for them? Does he say no to himself when he wants to go out with his friends and spend a bunch of money on clothes or shoes or video games, but he chooses to save that money for the household or for other things that you might need? Does he love Jesus more than you? And this is so important, probably the most important thing we talk about, because if you can find a man who loves the Lord more than himself, more than you, you'll be okay because he's willing to follow the Lord. And the more you follow the Lord, you become more like him. And that's the goal for all of us as Christians. You want a man who wants to follow the Lord. You want a man who wants to be just like the Lord. This is so important too, because when you do have fights and arguments, you can just go to the Lord and snitch on him, and the Lord will take care of it. It'll be easy for you to trust him. And all of the points that I listed before, he'll do them. And he of course he might struggle with things, we're all human, but he'll work on those things and he'll work at those things because those are all biblical principles and those are all things that the Lord calls men to be, and he'll want to be that. What did Jesus say about him? I know that I said before that him following the Lord was the most important point, but this also is very important. When you prayed to the Lord about him, Lord, should I be dating this man? Should I seek a relationship with this man? What did the Lord say? Because if the Lord says, no, you should not be dating this man, he could be perfect. He could be as close to Jesus as possible. He could be a millionaire. He can have everything that's on your list. But if it's not the Lord's will, you should not be dating him. You should not be seeking a relationship with him because it's not going to work out. It's not in God's plan. John 16:13 says, however, when he, the Spirit of truth, has come, he will guide you into all truth, for he will not speak on his own authority, but whatever he hears, he will speak, and he will tell you things to come. Please be led by the Spirit. I talk about this in my previous video, talking about being wife material, but it's so important that we as Christians are led by the Spirit, because when we are, everything works out because we're living in God's will and we're doing the things that he wants us to do and living the life that he designed for us to live. So that's all I have for you all today. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and Lord willing, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.